Mm-mm. Blue hour, I get all my feelings back. Blue hour, no, I don't know how to hide that. Streetlights coming on outside my room. Your name lights up, then fades too soon. I tell myself don't reach this time, but blue turns everything into you. Tonight I was fine in the afternoon. Now the sky goes dark and so do my rules. At the blue hour I want you most. When the daylight leaves you get this close. Every word I kept comes through. At the blue hour, it's always you. Blue hour, I get all my feelings back. Blue hour, no, I don't know how to hide that. In the backseat with the city glow, red lights stop, but my mind won't slow. One more draft that I never send. One more night I almost call you again. I was good till the sun went down. Now your shadow's in everything around. At the blue hour I want you most. When the daylight leaves you get this close. Every word I kept comes through. At the blue hour, it's always you. Blue hour, I get all my feelings back. Blue hour, no, I don't know how to hide that. Maybe I don't miss the day. Maybe I miss who I am when your name hits my phone like a wave, like a truth. And right when the sky turns, I turn to you. At the blue hour I want you most. When the daylight leaves you get this close. Every word I kept comes through. At the blue hour, it's always you. Blue hour, all the silence leads me to blue hour, it's always you. Last one out, the hallway fades. I see myself in the closing steel. Tomorrow still shines when I can't see past tonight. Tomorrow still shines, so I say one more time. They smiled at dinner, talked when I left. Half of my pay is already spent. My phone lights up, are you coming home? I sit in my car and breathe alone. Don't fall apart now, not tonight, not like this. Tomorrow still shines when I can't see past tonight. Tomorrow still shines, so I say one more time. Rent is due when the tank runs low. Some wounds don't heal with sleep alone, but there's a light on somewhere for me, and that's enough to make me leave. Keep holding on now, just get through this night. Tomorrow still shines when I can't see past tonight. Tomorrow still shines, so I say one more time. One more time. Maybe hope is small. Maybe it starts with turning the key. Maybe I don't need to feel okay. I just need one more night to believe. Tomorrow still shines, even through the heaviest night. Tomorrow still shines, so I You said I only sleep there, like it was just a normal thing. I was too young to hear how lonely that could be. Your shirt smelled like metal dust, and somewhere we never knew. You came home on weekends, only 2 days at a time, with tired eyes and takeout food. I knew you by the shoes at the door when you came home, by your back on the way to the car, by how the house felt full, then empty overnight. When you were there, the whole house changed. When you were gone, we knew what was missing. You only slept there, but all I heard was, you're gone again. So I held on to the hem of your jacket, like something always kept taking you away. At school they drew their fathers by their side. I learned to say he's working anytime they asked about you. Mama carried all the silence. You made sure every bill got paid on time. And I grew up thinking maybe love could look like missing time. You never knew how to say it, so you said it in the things you did. You only slept there, but all I heard was, you're gone again. So I acted like I didn't notice, like maybe that would make it easier. Maybe you got used to sleeping anywhere. Maybe nowhere ever felt like home. Maybe every room was just for rest, never somewhere you meant to stay. And it took me years to understand you were never living there. You only slept there. You only slept there, 'cause your life was always in between working nights in borrowed corners, trying to find your way back home. And I mistook your tired silence for a love that wasn't there. You only slept there, but your love was always here. Street lights blur like water on the glass. I stepped inside just long enough to breathe. My sleeves were cold, my hair was dripping down. A little bell said someone saw me now. You looked up first and gave a tired smile, like I was more than weather for a while. You said, take your time, it's coming down. And somehow that was all I needed. Out of the rain, into a little light. Nothing was changed, but I was not the same that night. Just a kind hello and somewhere to stand still. Out of the rain, the world felt warm enough to heal. The coffee steam was riding in the air. You passed a napkin like you knew I'd care. No grand rescue, no movie ending scene, just human hands being gentle in between. Outside the storm kept talking to the ground inside. Your voice turned everything down. Out of the rain, into a little light. Nothing was changed, but I was not the same that night. Just a kind hello and somewhere to stand still. Out of the rain, the world felt warm enough to heal. Maybe hope is small enough to miss. A door held open, a name I never get. But all week long I carried that with me. Proof there's a little mercy in the city. Out of the rain, into a little light. Nothing was changed, but I was not the same that night. Just a kind hello, a cup of borrowed heat. Out of the rain, you put the ground back under me. Out of the rain, I still remember how it felt. Like somewhere in this world we quietly held. Out of the rain, out of the rain. The Bell of Camelot. Through ancient mist, old fate began to wake. Crown in the cold still slept in the stone. One bright gaze rose where the dark had grown. Merlin raised blue fire in his hand, and magic lit the road that lay ahead. The banner seemed to learn the shape of breath. Straight ranks stirred low like lions at the hush. The Bell of Camelot. Calling before the dawn. humming low. I watch the red lights blur, but I don't wanna go. The day still sits on me like a heavy weight. Words I had to swallow still burn inside my chest. I laughed at myself, said yeah, I'm fine. Now the dashboard clock says I gotta face real life. I could break right here in the driver's seat, but something in my chest won't let me go. I'm still in the fight, even when I'm too tired to stand. Still in the fight, when the night feels cold. No one sees the way, no one hears my silence, but I know I'm still in the fight. Hands on the wheel, replaying every scene. The look, the silence, what they really mean. I almost believed this was how it had to be. Then I saw my face in the glass again. No, I didn't come this far just to fade away. There's still too much of me left to walk away. I'm still in the fight, even when I'm too tired to stand. Still in the fight, when the night feels cold. No one sees the way, no one hears my silence, but I know I'm still in the fight. Maybe I am worn, but I'm not done, 'cause this world still holds some light, some love, and somewhere there's a heart still waiting up. So I can't let myself give up tonight. I'm still in the fight, with a crack in my voice. Still in the fight, and I'm making that choice. They can't keep their pressure, they can't keep their noise. I won't let the hurt decide who I am. I'm still in the fight, and I lift my eyes, 'cause there are dreams still waiting on the other side. Empty cup, engine on, not done yet, I'm moving on. Salt in the breeze, I've got a map inside my heart. Every road feels like it already knows my name. Wide open sky, the skyline unfolding. There's something more waiting past the line. Every new street feels like an invitation to step into the light and let it change my life. I wanna breathe in a city I don't know yet. Walk past the doors painted bright with flowers. Wave at the strangers carrying hidden stories. Chasing the color of the world as it runs ahead. Every hill keeps saying, come a little closer. Every light keeps saying, there is more to find. Wide open sky, the skyline unfolding. There's something more waiting past the line. Every new street feels like an invitation to step into the light and let it change my life. I wanna stay a little longer by the city lights. Raise a glass and hear the stories I've never heard. Laughing in the glow of a different way of seeing. Finding warmth in the smallest moments of the night. Every face can open up a world I've never known. Every corner leads to somewhere I can go. Wide open sky, the skyline unfolding. There's something more waiting past the line. Every new street feels like it change my life. When wonder is leading, I don't need a reason. Maybe we belong to the roads that keep on opening. From the wind on the hills to the glow by the water, I can feel this whole wide world waking up in me. Skyline unfolding, there's something more waiting past the line. Every new street feels like an invitation. Step into the light and let it change my life. Carry me over the blue horizon. There's still so much beauty waiting to be red light in a blacked out sky. One small signal and they move that night. Not one alone, not left out in the dark. They came through fire to find out where you are. For one gone down, they risked it all. Watch the screens turn desert into fire. Black shapes moving low beneath the wire. Boots hit dust before the dawn could speak. One soul waiting where the air ran thin. No crowd, no banner, no voice in sight. Just the sound of men cutting through the night. No easy way in, no bloodless road. Still every engine answered go. No promise saying it would all work out. Only the vow they carried out. Not one alone, not left out in the dark. They came through fire to find out where you are. For one gone down, they risked it all. Not one alone. not one alone, not in the dark. Ooh, hey. Night falls soft and the window starts to shine. A guitar by my side, waiting for the moon tonight. Rush hour carried me back through the underground. Neon on the corners like words that won't come down. Dust on my shoes from another long hard day. Back in this little room, I can finally feel the weight. The takeout smell is fading by the elevator door. Then I see our kitchen and the soup I knew before. You laughing from the doorway, telling me to wash my hands. Simple little moments, now I understand. This city's still awake, but my heart runs south tonight. I put my earphones on and home comes back in time. Sunshine in my heart, when it plays I'm not afraid. Like the dinner light at home, warming up the dark again. I sing it low and slow, sing my way back to where you are. My mother's gentle laughter still echoes through my heart. Sunshine in my heart, maybe home is not that far. An old guitar can turn this lonely room into my yard. Yeah, that little folk song keeps giving me a spark. Now I know I've carried home inside me from the start. The melody on my phone opens up the wind. Across the fields, the laundry lines, the days I used to live in. Neighbors calling out my name in voices full of sun. Somehow in this skyline, they still sound close enough. So I turn my tired hands into a softer chord. Turn every late night walk into courage for tomorrow. The traffic keeps on talking outside my window frame, but in this room tonight, the stars all know my name. Maybe missing home is more than a little ache. Maybe it's a light that shows me what I can take. Sunshine in my heart, when it plays I'm not afraid. Like the dinner light at home, warming up the dark again. I sing it low and slow, sing my way back to where you are. My mother's gentle laughter still echoes through my heart. Sunshine in my heart, maybe home is not that far. An old guitar can turn this lonely room into my yard. Yeah, that little folk song keeps giving me a spark. Now I know I've carried home inside me from the start. If tomorrow morning pulls me back into the crowd, I'll take this song with me and wear it like a vow. Love never disappeared, it only changed its form. Now it lives inside my chest, steady, bright and warm. Sunshine in my heart, when it plays I'm not afraid. Like the dinner light at home, warming up the dark again. Now I sing it out loud, sing it all the way across the dark. Even here in a strange town, I still walk with love in my heart. Sunshine in my heart, living where I am. Every time I missed you, you make me stronger than I planned. Ooh, that little folk song still teaches me to shine, and the road that leads me used to hate the sound of your voice at my door. I called it noise, then I shut you out. Why'd you always start when I walked in late? A plate in the sink, my shoes by the stairs. You reached for my arm, I pulled away first. Like being hard to love was something I deserved. In that small room I made you the enemy, with both hands on the knob, like leaving made me free. Can you hold my hand again, like you did before I learned to pull away? I'd sit through every warning, every prayer, for one more light left on in the hall. You folded my shirt from the back of a chair, left cut fruit on the table like nothing had happened. Later I became a little more like you and understood the love that never came out straight. Now silence hits harder than anything you said. This house knows the shape of every word I left. Can you hold my hand again, like you did before I learned to pull away? I thought love would feel softer, easier to hold. Not waiting by the kitchen light, asking if I ate. Not calling twice, not standing by my door. I was young enough to miss it while it filled the room. Now every small thing leads me back to you. Can you hold my hand again? If I said I know now, would it still be too late? Would you still sigh first, then tell me to come eat? Would you still knock once, then open up the door? I'd take back every angry word to hear you call my name. Can you hold my hand again? Take a breath, the wind is calling out my name. Sneakers on the little road, everything feels light again. Sunlight on my shoulders like a sweet and quiet sign. No need to chase the day, I'll let the good things find me in time. I drift along with the clouds, sway a little with the sound. No big plans to figure out. All I need is right now. Hey, I wanna sing a simple song, like an afternoon breeze rolling through the fields all warm. It doesn't have to burn so bright to make me feel alive. A little smile on my face is more than enough tonight. Hey, let the worries fade away. Let the old guitar and heartbeat carry me today. Step by step I'm moving softly the moon. I send my tiny wishes to the open baby blue, hoping every tomorrow feels a little fresh and new. I drift along with the clouds, sway a little with the sound. No big plans to figure out. All I need is right now. Hey, I wanna sing a simple song, like an afternoon breeze rolling through the fields all warm. It doesn't have to burn so bright to make me feel alive. A little smile on my face is more than enough tonight. Hey, let the worries fade away. Let the old guitar and heartbeat carry me today. Step by step I'm moving, softly humming as I go. The sky feels just right for me, and I finally know. She walks alone through the rush of the city, under the glass and the heat of the day. Crowds move around her like waves without faces, while something inside her is slipping away. Then in the distance, a shimmer is calling, a light where no light should be. The streets keep on breathing, the world keeps on moving, but time starts to open silently. Touch the light, let it find you, let it break the line between the now and then. Touch the light, white as thunder, falling across the sky and pulling her in. One hand reaches, one world trembles as the old and the new collide. Touch the light and step beyond the light. Out of the white comes the shadow of history, smoke in the wind and the weight of the field. Broken old banners and distant islands, a thousand forgotten wounds revealed. She stands in the silence after the brightness, hearing what time could not hide. And in that sorrow, a truth is waking, how fragile the gift of peace can be in our lives. Touch the light, let it find you, let it break the line between the now and then. Touch the light, white as thunder, falling across the sky and pulling her in. One hand reaches, one world trembles as the old and the new collide. Touch the light and step beyond the line. Not every name was carried home, not every cry was it was glowing, like it knew something I didn't. People kept moving like the day was still the same, but the air felt different, like the world had already started slipping somewhere else. I stood between the traffic and the light, like I was waiting inside a goodbye that no one said out loud. Smoke drifted in like a memory from another age. The skyline blurred, and for a second it felt like the city was opening, pulling yesterday, tonight, and something ancient into the same breath. I thought if I stepped a little closer, where I could still find the place where you were mine. Then I reached for the light and lost the last of you. Before the morning found the street, everything I knew was gone. When the city fell through time, I stood in the light and watched you disappear. Before the morning changed the world, I was left on the other side of yesterday. Hey. When the city fell through time, I stood in the light and watched you disappear. Before the morning changed the world, I was left on the other side of yesterday. Morning light lands on the corner of my desk. Coffee in the air and everything feels correct. Headphones on, the whole world turns low. City sounds fall back and let the quiet show. You don't say much and you don't need to. Some kinds of comfort feel better, soft and true, like wind by the window, like clouds passing through. You slip into my day like a small good view. I don't need the noise, I don't need the rush. Every time I think of you, my whole mind goes soft. You're just right, not too much, not too little tonight. Just enough to make the whole day feel light. You're just right, the second our headphones come alive, even the silence starts sounding bright. You're just right, not too much, not too little tonight. Just enough to make the whole day feel light. The second my headphones come alive, I catch your vibe. It's so simple, I could replay it all night. Late night lamp with a soft gold glow. The room turns down and I finally move slow. I'm not hiding, I just like how the quiet lets me set the whole day right. You sit in the background, never fade away, like a familiar melody I wanna keep on playing. No big words, no need to try. This kind of closeness stays with me just right. I don't need a reason, I don't need a sign. When this feeling finds me, I just let it ride. like perfect timing. You're just right. Not too much, not too little tonight. Just enough to make the whole day feel alive. You're just right. The second my headphones come alive, even the silence starts sounding right. You're just right, like sunlight in a small room, like the light breeze moving through. You're just right, nothing else I need to find. It's the kind of song I could replay all night. Yeah. You stood by the door, didn't say it first. Midnight made your shadow softer than it was. There was still some heat left in the cup between us, like all the words we never learned to rush. I know it's not that you don't wanna come close, you're just afraid that close means letting go. So lean in slowly, don't try to prove it now. Let the early light fall easy on us somehow. Lean in slowly, we don't have to name it yet. If you're still here with me, let this night hold what's left. The city outside is fading into blue, and your breathing sounds a little closer in the room. I see your fingers trace the edge of the table, like maybe this time love can stay without breaking you. We're not the same as who we used to be. We learn that slow is how the real things keep. So lean in slowly, don't try to prove it now. Let the early light fall easy on us somehow. Lean in slowly, we don't have to name it yet. If you're still here with me, let this night hold what's left. Not every wound has to close tonight. Not every promise needs a brighter light. Listen, the whole world's gone quiet. Maybe this is where our hearts align. So lean in slowly, let me see the truth in you. No need to be perfect, only honest enough to lean in slowly. Stay a little closer now. If you're still here at dawn and you don't turn around, I might believe for once love can land this softly. Lean in slowly, don't be afraid of the silence. I'm right here. Sunlight kisses my face, spring breeze warms my surprises. We'll never lose our sight. Springtime surprises, making me smile so sweet. Every moment a miracle, life's a rhythm and beat. Springtime surprises, let's celebrate with glee. In this joyful season, filled with hope and harmony. 3 in the morning, the screen is still on. Outside my window, the night keeps acting calm. The water in my glass doesn't even move, but I can hear something falling far from this room. Faces keep passing through headlines and smoke, like stains on a wall after rain lets go. I'm still wearing the clothes for tomorrow's day, but suddenly tomorrow feels so far away. These fall lines aren't only on the map, they're where I close my eyes and still can't sleep past that. These fall lines run slowly through my heart. I'm living in the quiet, but I'm shaking in the dark. Morning trains arrive right on time again. Storefront lights are burning like they always did. Someone buys coffee, someone scrolls the breaking news. Like every little routine learned how to play it cool. I didn't lose my home, I didn't have to run, so I don't know where this kind of hurt belongs. But every time I see a child hold on too tight, I think about a siren breaking through my sky. These fall lines aren't only on the map, they're where I say I'm fine and still don't get it back. These fall lines run slowly through my heart. It is in my war zone, but it changed the way I start. Maybe we're all standing on thinner ground that we can name. Lights go out, roads bend away, and goodbye can come too late. I'm so far from them, but fear don't keep one time. When the whole world cracks a little, something caves in mine. These fault lines aren't only far away, they live in everyone, still praying things stay safe. These fall lines tell me not to turn. Even an ordinary night is something we should learn. These fall lines stay after headlines fade, inside the silent air, inside the breath we save. If tomorrow still lights up, I'll remember being soft under a sky with no alarms. I'll still feel what it cost. Dawn is breaking through the windshield, night is fading in the glass. There's a silver line before me, like a promise built to last. Hands are cold upon the steering wheel, heartbeat moving with the lane. All the questions from yesterday fall behind a million names, like the ones I couldn't hold. Some goodbyes were gone too quickly, left the radio to fill the cold. Then the rain came down and passed me like fate testing what I am. But somewhere after one more corner, I found a warmth I didn't plan. I'm still driving toward the infinite horizon. Wind in my hair, fire waking in my eyes. Sometimes I lose speed, sometimes the sky goes open. Life is a highway running through the light. I'm still driving toward the infinite horizon. Can't see the end, but I don't fear the miles. Even the breakdowns, even the wrong turns, every scar I carry leads me somewhere bright. Infinite horizons. Not every detour means I'm losing, not every stop means I'm letting go. Those nights I almost lost the engine, left a little light for this road. The distance never gives an answer, I can still believe in where I'm bound. When the first sun lands upon my hands, I know I'm still moving now. I'm still driving toward the infinite horizon. Morning on my skin, letting silence come undone. Sometimes I break down, sometimes I come alive. Life is a highway wider than I dreamed of. I'm still driving toward the infinite horizon. Everything I lost still echoes as I ride. Even through the crashes, even when the world shakes, I carry all my scars and all my dreams tonight. Infinite horizons. Infinite horizons. Night falls into a quieter room. There's still a little light by the window. I think about the words we used, like passing wind, softer than I remember. Maybe some things don't need to be fixed all at once. Tonight, time can smooth the sharper edges and leave a little space for peace to arrive. All the unfinished feelings can drift off with the evening air. I'm not chasing every answer now, I just wanna feel a little more okay in here. I let the lost fall into light, let the night hold it for a while. Some goodbyes are not the end, they just learn a softer kind of life. I lay my tears down gently now, let my thoughts sink into the sheets. And somewhere in the quiet before dawn, I come a little closer to me. The streets are almost asleep, the city turns its volume low, and I'm finally learning I don't have to fight every feeling to let it go. Some stories end this way, not because somebody loved less. We were only trying to learn how to hold love without losing ourselves. All the nights that used to ache will soften with time. And when I stop fearing the silence, the moonlight reaches places I kept hiding. I let the lost fall into light, let the night hold it for a while. Some goodbyes are not the end, they just learn a softer kind of life. I lay my tears sheets, and somewhere in the quiet before dawn, I come a little closer to me. If love once made me bend, let tonight hold me instead. Freedom isn't always forgetting, sometimes it's learning how to rest. I let the lost fall into light, let every regret turn weightless. I don't need to heal all at once, I just wanna hold myself a little closer. I breathe the whole night in, let the soft glow carry me to sleep. And when the morning leans into my dreams, I find my way back to me. The night is not that lonely, I'm still here, awake inside the light. You put your jacket on my shoulders that night. Streetlights lean sideways in the wind. We never talked about how far we'd get, just said before it's dark, let's stay a little longer. If you have to go, leave me your light. So in the cold at night, I still remember your face. One more sunset to keep tucked away in my heart. When the world starts moving too fast, I can still come back to this. Later we both stepped into different seasons, learned how to hide missing you inside our days. But every time the sunset burns across my window, I still catch that look in your eyes. If you have to go, leave me your light. So in the cold at night, I still remember your face. One more sunset to keep tucked away in my heart. When the world starts moving too fast, I can still come back to this. Maybe no one really stays until the ending, but some kinds of love can follow you for years. Like when you turned around and softly told me, don't be afraid, there's still light at the edge. If you have to go, leave me your light. So on the road ahead, I still believe love doesn't fade. One more sunset to keep tucked away in my heart. When I miss you, when I get tired, I just look at that sky again. One more sunset to keep, and I'll hold on to it. I stand at the edge of the night and look above. The wind turns the mountains into waves of shadowed dusk. A million lights are burning through the dark, far beyond the reach of where we are. Like ancient echoes still alive inside the stars. Beyond this world I see a vaster kind of sky. And somehow even small hearts can learn to hold that light. This is a sea of stars, wide and endless, rolling over the dark above, like tides of fate, like waves of time, making us tiny, making us luminous. This is a sea of stars, fierce and boundless, calling my silence into song. Even if I am only dust for a moment, I have seen forever, and I know it burns on. The Milky Way runs straight through the ribs of time. Every broken line is filled with distant light. All the names the centuries left behind, all the dreams we never gave a voice, are flowing through the night like one unbroken tide. All the things we lose feel longer in the sky. All the questions we hold are gathered in the light. This is a sea of stars, wide and endless, rolling over the dark above, like tides of fate, like waves of time, making us tiny, making us luminous. This is a sea of stars, fierce and boundless, calling my silence into song. Even if I am only dust for a moment, I have seen forever, and I know it burns on. When every sound falls deep into the night, when time lets go of every shape anew, I hear the universe breathe without a word, like a giant ocean moving through the blue. And I finally understand that awe is not despair, it is seeing something endless and still choosing to shine there. This is a sea of stars, wide and endless, echoing over my soul, like ancient fire, like future light, turning a fleeting life into something whole. This is a sea of stars, wild and glorious, lifting the silent into song. Even if I am only dust for a moment, I will learn beneath this endless sky to keep looking on. The wind still moves through mountain, stone, and sea, and the stars remain where they have always been. I stood before the break of day, where hollow windows held the wind. Ash on my shoulders felt like words someone never got to finish. I was only one small life, afraid of how the silence stayed, like the world had taken every name and left me with the sound of steps across the broken yesterday. The marks on a wall still held the fire. Old photographs looked back at me. Some goodbyes were never spoken, some arms were lost before the reach. Then a bell began somewhere far away, like an echo through the years. And I knew some lives go on in us because they stood against the fear. That was when I saw the names that no one same as being powerless in the end. Maybe it means keeping one last flame and learning not to look away again. My mother's hands, my father's back, walk beside me in this road. They stitched their days into my life so I would know how to stand in storms. Now I understand, to live is more than just survive. It is to hold what still remains from those who gave tomorrow life. Where history whispers, I can hear it through the ruins, through the years. Those names were never meant to vanish. They became the courage resting in my chest. Now I know the weight of love, how ordinary hearts endure enough. I will carry you into the distance, so the ones who stay can find their way. And if I am only one more shadow passing through the age I'm in, let me leave behind what I have heard for the light that follows this. Like the children growing in the wind, no more than sorrow, more than scars. Let them know that in the longest night someone gave a life to guard the spark. Where history whispers, I can hear it, not behind me, living in the past. It's in my blood, my dreams, my choices, telling me what still is worth the carrying. Now I turn my grief into a light, turn my loss into a watchful fire. I will carry you and keep on living till every name is laid in gentler hands. The wind still moves through empty frames. Morning comes in slow. I have not forgotten you. I'll keep singing.